Guess I have no choice. I moved to the back seat. Okay, thank God. Jesus. Oh. New area. Never seen before in the ride. Isn't she good? She drives peacefully along the road? She doesn't seem to be one of those cliched super bad at driving or high-speed addict characters. Her mild acceleration and deceleration fills me with a sense of security. She's the kind of model driver that traffic control must love. Huh. Oh. The problem lies elsewhere. Okay. What is like different way, like different perspectives? Like Shizuru is just like interested in everything, just like curiosity going around. Like Nishikoju is just happy in general, and Kotaro is like, what the fuck I'm doing here? He's like embarrassed or something. Like this mouth. Also, damn, her volume is just like, oh my god. The distractions. I see a problem now, or at least I hear. Okay, that's why he having this face. Okay, I get it now. Songs from the 80s fill the car, with our teacher joining in with her marvelous voice. Nothing wrong with music from 80s, but her singing this is probably terrible. 80s pop music is in the old Mini Cooper. This is not how I imagined our first date going. Shizuru seems to be having fun, glued to the window. On the other hand, I can't really sing either. You have card lyrics for this? You want me to sing too? The appreciation of the 80s music goes right over the head of the modern person like myself. It must have been a very terrifying time. I've got no choice but to bear this with a forced smile. I hope this dark prison won't continue for much longer. Wow. The music stops. Oh. Freedom! Oh. I feel like a black hole is draining my energy. So Shizuru is not normally living in her house, I think, because it's so far. Maybe she's living at Lucia house or something? Because in Chihaya Road, we were like going to check Lucia house, I think. And it's somewhere in the city. So maybe like Shizuru is living with Lucia? Because her like own home is like so far away. Or maybe she's driving to school every day with Nishikoju. It's also possible. I wonder. Let's go with radio. We've got long road ahead of us. I think we should avoid staying here for too long. Shh, don't worry about that. Yeah, I wouldn't say I do. I don't mind just listening, but yeah. Thanks. Speaking of which, how old are you, Miss Nishikoju? You don't look like someone from the 80s to me. That's forbidden knowledge, Kotaro. You don't ask that. I changed the subject? I think that answered my question. My guess is that you're still in your 20s, but you developed a taste for the old music growing up. I'll switch the subject even further away. Part right, okay. But so... Ah, by the way, Mr. Nishikoju, I interrupted again. Shh. Okay, I mean, okay, we're ignoring Shizuru, yeah, that's terrible, but... Ah, that doesn't sound right. Miss Nishikoju turns to us with a smile. I am. Are you satisfied now? Miss Shizuru, I'd appreciate if you didn't go around spreading information about me. Ah, sorry about that. I just didn't want to hear embarrassing things about myself, that's all. Individuality. That's a nice word. Even flows suddenly starts to sound cool when you put them like that. Yeah. But that changes the actual facts.
しずるちゃんは天王寺くんのこといろいろ知ってるのね。まだまだ知らないことだらけだ。
Well, you can't know everything about another person. I'm pretty sure that applies to everyone, not just myself. No one can leave with their hearts completely open like book. And if you would wish to. In short, everyone has things they want to keep secret. Huh. I didn't ask anything, but I think it's about time you told me what we are going to see. You can whisper in my ear if you don't want Miss Nishikaji to know.
多分私は知ってるわね。
That's what I thought, but
天王寺くん、これから行くのはね、本当にしずるちゃんが生まれ育った。
figured that. I mean, she told us that, but
同姓
what
同名
else?
とか引っ越した後だとかじゃなくて、両親が暮らしてる家なの。
Yeah, okay. Well, that's expected. That's what I get from the previous conversations, so... That's odd way to put it. Yeah, true. Well, an old house that her family used to live. Currently are... Ah. Place where her actual parents currently are. So not necessarily her house. Hospital?
見たら
Perhaps?
わかると思う。少し前知識っていうか、そういうことだってしておかない
Not
と。
believe it.
私はちょっぴり嘘つき。しずるちゃんは多分本当のことしか言わない。
Okay.
だから天王寺くんはそれを信じてあげてほしいの。
Curious? Ah? I'm not sure I understand. Just what are we going to see?
予習終わり。
Ah, the car begins descending from highway afterwards. Huh. Just what are they going to show me? I can already tell it's not going to be something
と
normal.
いうわけで、
The car slows down and eventually stops alongside the road.
こ
Okay.
こからは二人で行ってらっしゃい。
Okay. Huh? Why?
デートですもの。
She looks really cherry again. I can't tell how seriously I'm supposed to take you at this point.
私はこういう喋り方だから真面目に受け取るから。
Yeah.
天皇
Huh?
小太郎、行こう。
Yeah, okay.
行ってらっしゃい。
We continue down a familiar road. Shizuru leads the way, with a single trace of hesitation in her steps. Okay.
小太郎、
This place... You know what this place reminds me of? Is this the same CG? There's no way this background is the same. There's no way it's the same background like in Little Busters. This background literally reminds me of the backgrounds that we see a few times in Haruka Road and I believe Futaki? I forgot her. Kanata? No, wait. The sister, the other one. This is this background, I think. Or was it in the, like, in the road with, what was her name again? The one that loves sweets from Little Busters. The one with diabetes, basically. With like a brother, like a dairy or something. I forgot her name. It's been such a long time since I've read Little Busters. But I like somewhere along like these two people, like this background is pretty much the same. Is this the same reused background? Huh?
こっち。
Right. I line up next to her. I know where to go, so I hope you can lead the way. Shizuru grabs my sleeve. This is a little... We look more like a father and a child than well as... Shizuru? Shizuru? Yeah, it's serious for her, it seems. It doesn't seem like she's paying attention, or rather, she's tensing up with every step. What? Says her eye, as she peers into my face. There's nothing. That's a big secret. What is happening? I said I'd understand once I saw it with my own eyes. So I might as well stop wasting time and hurry up. However, Shizuru seems to be slowing down the closer we get to our destination. She really doesn't want to go here, I guess. Her eyes are fixated ahead, as though afraid to look at me anymore. At some point, she released my sleeve without me noticing. In short, we're going somewhere. She needs a lot of courage to show me. It's probably gonna be something mega serious. Yeah. Shizuru steps? Are we there? Shizuru nods. Shizuru's house. Small one-story building without much space for a yard. Okay, so it's actually her house. I half expected hospital or something. Okay. There's a sliding door along the front and a grey propane gas tank resting against the old blackened wall. In short, it looks like an old house for a fairly poor family. I glance over the fence. Surprisingly, there's a small garden with the beautiful pink flowers that totally contrasts with the otherwise bleak sight. I can stay inside, but the house is totally silent. It doesn't look like anyone is home. What are we going to do? Shizuru stares at the doors, as still as a statue. I guess we'll have to wait. I stand beside her. Okay. There's nothing else to do but gaze at the sky. We are in the old, desolate residential district. Nobody walks by while we're standing in the middle of the road. I glance at the flowers and notice bees, busily buzzing around, probably preparing for winter. Shizuru doesn't move an inch, okay? Why so tense? What is the secret? Why we are not supposed to... Okay, they're not coming back, so they're actually dead? She just continues staring at the house. Her single eyes is fixated on the doors, unmoving. How long have we been waiting already? If no one's home... How about we try to kill some time around here or something? Shizuru doesn't even flinch. Guess that's a no. Yeah, it's getting awkward. A lonely paper recycling truck passes us by. As for other people, I spot elderly men heading somewhere, but that's it. The scenery hasn't changed one bit. And neither has Shizuru. I will go buy a drink or something. A clear sky in the late afternoon. It's starting to get a bit tough, waiting in the sun. But Shizuru still isn't moving. Huh. Our shadows stretched down the long orange road. I began hearing the voices of crows and the chirping of insects around the area. Is this some sort of a test? I'm not even surprised at this point. I've at least been fidgeting and stretching my muscles the whole time. Is that what Nishikoji said, that is going to be difficult for us? Shizuru has stood motionless for hours. Not to mention, she's staring at a single point. That must be way tougher. Guess I have no choice but to continue waiting. Huh. Oh, one of the windows suddenly lights up. Oh? Shizuru, I think there's actually someone inside. It sounds like she already knew that. Considering her unnaturally keen senses, it must have been obviously that someone was in the house from the very beginning. Then why? Oh, Shizuru wasn't waiting. You were hesitating. Her brows furrow, and she takes a quick peek at my face. My mouth moves. I feel like we might end up standing up here forever if I don't do something. I don't know anything about your family. Would you mind telling me a bit about them? I can't tell if I should force her to go, or suggest turning back? I feel like I need more information. Yeah. Thankfully, we certainly don't lack time while we're standing here.
あら、
Oh. We got spotted. Woman's voice. Okay. Hi, Mom, I guess? She's wearing a gentle expression on her face. There's a jam-packed plastic shopping bag hanging from her hand. I can tell immediately. She looks a lot like Shizuru. If this is her family's house, and this is no doubt her
ど
mother,
うしました？
she asks Shizuru with a friendly smile. Oh, wait, what? It sounds like they don't remember her. Something the matter, not like, hey, welcome back, Shizuru, or anything. Oh, wait, they lost memories for some reason? They don't remember they had daughter? What is happening?
あら、あなた。どこかでお会いしました？
Yo! Okay, that's something I did not expect it. So your parents are fine, but you are not living with them and they don't remember you for some reason. Yo, what the hell? And why we are like not clearing this up? You know? Like, why is Shizuru like, and like others, I guess, are not like trying to like talk to them, tell them, hey, this is your like daughter, you don't remember this probably, and stuff like this, you know? Like some kind of like medical issue? What? Why it's like that? Shizuru shakes her head. What? Why are you acting like strangers? Yeah, like why you don't admit? Like why you are not acting like actually the daughter? I'm confused why Shizuru decided to not live with them or anything. I just act as a stranger.
そうね。その制服、この街で見かけたことないものね。
Huh? Wait, hold on a second. Wait, what? Huh? I'm so curious. Why? Are you kidding me? Yo, what? Why? I shut up.
バラすごく綺麗だった。
あら、ありがとう。あのバラ、もう何年もこの庭にあるの。いつ植えたのか、ちょっと覚えてないんですけどね。
そう。
Damn. Yeah, I don't remember when I planted them. So she doesn't have a memory for a long time now. The one texts with a gentle smile. Is her father the same? But Chizuru's face is masked with gloom. Yeah. There's a dad, and their voice reaches us from further away.
あらあなた、お帰りな。この子たちがね、庭のバラがすごく綺麗だって。
そうかそうか。今年も綺麗に咲いたからな。よかったら一輪持っていくかい？
She just shakes her head again.
もう十分見たから行こう。
Chizuru grabs my sleeve. Huh?
よかったらまた見にいらっしゃい。
Shizuru makes a small bow. She then turns her back to her parents and walks off. Oh. I bow my head and chase after her. A voice reaches me from
た
behind.
だいま。しずちゃん、ちゃんとお留守番してた？
What? Okay. Okay, what the hell is happening? They have like fake daughter that lives with them? What is happening? Someone replaced Shizuru? What? That's the most bizarre situation I've seen. What the?
静か。お留守番してたのか。
Shizuka?
偉いな。
Shizu?
多分 妹。
What? I think that's my younger sister, so you don't know, but yeah, like she's living with them, so I guess it is. So she wasn't around when you were living with your parents. So she's way younger than you. No way. I'm sorry, but I've got no idea what's going on at all.
私のこと知ら
How?
ないんだ。
How they don't know you?
お父さんもお母さんも。
How?
西九条先生のとこに戻ろう。
Why? Hey, I don't think I follow. I'm sorry, but I don't get it at all. I'd appreciate if you could explain it with a bit more detail.
小太郎、私の名前、
Yeah?
名前。
It's Nakatsu Shizuru, isn't it? She pokes my nose.
名前。
Didn't I just... what? I can't say it. Wait, what? It's not that I can say it. I've completely forgotten it. Wait. What? It's a weird sensation when you momentarily forget something you thought you never would.
思い出せない。
Holy shit. Is that one of her powers? Like, she erased... Wait, so... In Chihaya Road, there was one part when I was like wondering if like she can erase memory or something, right? Was I talking about Shizuru back then? She actually can do something like this? Did she make her parents forget her? By accident, maybe? She can bring back memories? Actually, the one that she takes? Or maybe she did it like intentionally to move to Guardians. Like she made them forget about her and then she moved to the organization. What is happening? No, that's ridiculous.
そういうことできる。
Yo! My body understands. What's your name?
中津しずる。
Right, you're Shizuru. I understand the purpose of our demonstration. You made them forget you?
最初はこんな風にはできなかった。
Yo! So you just like erase your whole existence from their lives? This is crazy.
だからやりすぎてしまう。
Yo!
重度の記憶障害。通常ではありえないシナプスの断絶。
Yo!
そういう作用。そういう感じに説明されできるの。そういうこと。
Yo! There's no way I would never ever forget Shizuru's name. I have no idea what else could have caused something like that so conveniently. I've heard of some kind of hypnosis that was used to seal parts of your memories away or something like that. Is Shizuru like responsible for like this like time skips when we don't remember what the fuck happened? In like Kotori Road and even I think in Chihaya Road too, like in between at the exams, like we had like few days of time skips when Kotaro does not remember what the fuck he did. Did Shizuru like made us forget days or something for some reason? It sounds like a mysterious power that belongs in anime and manga, but not in the real world. In other words, now that I felt it for myself, I have no choice but to accept it as the truth. I learned what happened to the cat the moment you opened the box, and closing it again wouldn't change anything. There's no way to denying it anymore.
小太郎、遅くなると暗くなる。
Yeah, I forced my frozen legs to move. That's insane, actually. So I was right back in the Chihaya Road. She can make like erase memories. Yo! I was confused back then. That was actually real. So basically she erased like years of her existence from her parents, and she couldn't explain anymore to them like who she is. Like, imagine just like, you know, just pop up like at someone's house and just say, "Hey, I'm your daughter." Like, yeah. And it's not like, you know, it's like some random person just happened here and like, yeah, I'm your daughter. Yeah, like, that would be weird. In this demonstration, Kotaro knows who she is. She just made him like lose memory of the name. That's different. But like whole being, holy shit. Okay, that's tragic. Shizuru begins talking as we walk. Oh wow, backstory. Our household was no different from the rest of the beginning. At the beginning, we might have been a bit poorer than most though, to the extent that the best snack we had was flan. Dad was gentle, Mom was gentle, and they got along together. They got along with me as well. We all got along. Kindergarten. Dad and Mom came to see our play. It embarrassed me. But they say I did well. They said I was the best. Even back then, I knew it wasn't true. But it made me happy nonetheless. That day, we had sauri for dinner. Oh wow, is that why she's so fixated on the sauri? Like, it reminds her of the day when she erased their memories or something. Is that the day? Well, I don't know why would she like the sauri then. Because it's a painful memory, but... Okay, anyway. We would always have it on days that something good happened. Okay, when something good happened. So it's like a warm memories actually for her. Alongside the painful ones. And also her, like... what her life used to be. Or maybe it was actually that good things happened on days we ate it. Good things made me happy, and sauri was delicious. It was a great day. Family was eating dinner on the TV screen. They were also having sauri, just like us. I said that and everyone chuckled. Elementary school, a backpack. I was tense and unable to stay. Still, during the entrance ceremony, we ate dinner at the restaurant. Okay, Hamburg steaks. I said I liked sauri better and everyone laughed. Back in the kindergarten, I heard friends talk about how they wanted to go to the restaurant every day, but I liked eating at home better. Dad would grill sauri in the yard, and Mom would pick the bones out of it before we ate. I practiced eating it cleanly. I had to become even better once I entered elementary school. I did my best to pick out the small pieces without losing my form, but it didn't always go well. My guards were a bit bitter, so I didn't like them. I tried to move them away. I lost my form. My mom and dad's place look really clean. Why couldn't I do it? I tried various ways, but it still didn't go well. Mom and dad taught me how to eat together. Dad ate the guts. He told me that you become able to eat them once you are an adult. That was true. He drank bitter beer all the time. Mom said that becoming an adult meant starting to appreciate bitter things. Dad said that was deep and chuckled. I didn't really understand what sauri was as tasty as ever. I loved my house back then. Dad and I planted flowers in the garden to celebrate me enrolling into elementary school. Dad was responsible for the physical labor. He stacked the markers I'd written into the ground, saying he hoped the flowers would bloom beautifully. They were roses. Oh, the roses that we see in her. One day in autumn, Dad had a day off, so he suggested that everyone go to the festival. The Harvest Festival in Kazamatsuri. We never talked about it before, so I was confused. Why it suddenly come up? Okay. The festival. Festivals were fun. They were the only time I could eat takoyaki and anzuama. Mom didn't like it out, so she had mixed feelings about it. But I was into it, so she ended up agreeing to go in the end. We went to the festival at noon. There were many events. A stage that I'd only seen on TV before. A parade with people dressed in various costumes. And anzuama were delicious. The festival was fun. I almost got lost for a bit. From then on, I walked holding that sleeve. Oh. By the time we finished, my finger marks were on it. We ate dinner at the restaurant. When asked if they had sauri, the waiters chuckled and said they didn't. That was unfortunate. After we finished, Dad suggested walking around town before going back. Okay. The crowds lessened once we reached the residential district. Houses that looked much cleaner than ours boasted trees and flowers in their gardens. Mom liked flowers, so she taught me their names. It seems like there were more people like us walking around and looking at the rich households and their flowers. We walked a lot. Almost no other people remained once the sun began settling. I felt tired. Grey buildings surrounded us, there was nothing interesting to see. Mom felt the same and asked Dad what we're doing here. Dad raised his face. To tell the truth, I was thinking of buying a house in the city. Yo. Okay, but you need like shit tons of money for this. With a garden if possible, so we can raise flowers. I was surprised. We were living in a random rental house. After that, Dad began talking about something called subsidy that I didn't understand. Mom listens to him with a surprised expression, but we weren't rich. I asked if we could really buy it. Dad said he would do his best to repay the loan. Besides, he had some money to put aside. He would be a bit busier than before, but everything would be fine. He struck his chest with a fist. We could always depend on Dad. Mom, being the crybaby she was, lowered her face as tears of happiness trickled down her cheeks. But I remember what one of my friends told me. Her dad was so busy that he didn't have time to eat dinner together with them. Oh. It would make me sad if this made Dad have less time for us. He might stop grilling sauri. In that case, I would still be fine in the old house. As I was about to say that, the next moment, everything went white. What? Then black. I couldn't see anything. It hurt. My body wouldn't move. It hurt. It hurt so bad that I couldn't open my eye. Something also hit my stomach, so I couldn't make a sound. It hurt. Then I remembered. Back in the kindergarten, a friend told me that telling pain to fly away really worked. Fly away? My mouth wouldn't move, so I chanted in my head. Fly away. My hand moved. I held my right eye. I continued to chant. I felt my blood slowly growing cold. Cold blood ran through my veins, making my body numb. It's as though I received an electrical massage. Only the hand pressed against my eye remained hot. I rubbed it, only to be met with a sticky sensation. It was blood. What the hell? She's bleeding from her eye? Did her eye change color later? Did it change color when she awoken the powers? So she have two abilities. One to make like this, like mists, basically, of the medicine, and the other is to like sever like the nerves, basically, of memories, with memories and stuff. And it's like this memory stuff is related to her eye. It was blood. I continued chanting in my head. Fly away, fly away, fly away. I felt as if a jolt of electricity ran through the cold blood, making it explode my fingertips. It's just like awakening Amaterasu or something. The next moment, my eye opened. I felt dizzy. I called for Dad and Mom. I found the two lying further down the street. I crouched towards them, using only my right hand. Over the black rubble to cover the street. Oh no! That's not like she's bleeding from the eye. Wait, there was some kind of explosion or something? Yo, wait, what? What? Over the black rubble covered the street. It tore into my skin that had been exposed through my torn clothes. I started on a stand. It was a fire. A tongue of flame extended from one of the grey buildings. It erupted through one of the walls, sending a shower of debris straight at us. Mom? I extended my hand. I called out to her. She wouldn't move. Dad? A big piece of glass was sticking out of Dad's back. What? There was a lot of blood. He was wearing a white shirt, but now it was stained a mix of red and black. They would die. In that moment, I heard a muffled explosion. Tongue of flame erupted from under window. We had to run. But Dad, I had to do it again. Fly away, fly away, fly away, fly away. Oh. Suddenly I felt sleepy. No, I was actually fainting. My consciousness began drifting away. What is this backstory? Yo, this is insane. I heard the voice of a man. They actually caught civilians. Yeah, so this is actually... So there was a battle between Guardians and Gaia here. And they got caught in the crossfire. Holy sh... Okay, yeah. So this is the Guardians. And listen to everything in this. All three. It meant all of us had survived. Thank goodness. Okay, back in the hospital. It also by the way, the CG also looks awfully similar to Little Busters. I swear it's the same CG. I woke up. My head felt dizzy. All men were talking about something next to me. It healed on its own. Interesting.
こちらをご覧ください。事故直後の CT スキャン画像です。ご覧通り、こちらとこちら、またこの大きなものと体内。
Okay, talking about Shizuru, I guess.
なるほど。待て。それにしてはこの患者の外傷が。
So she healed very fast as well, so they realized that she have powers because of this.
ええ。ですから、治って。
Okay.
としか。
So she also have enhanced healing.
しかも破片の周辺に傷らしい傷がなかったのです。摘出する際に切開した傷が一番大きいほどで。
はあ。
局長を呼べ。調査の必要がある。
I couldn't understand. I still felt sleepy. I decided to drift off to sleep. There was a white ceiling above me when I next opened my eyes. Dad was lying in the bed next to me. He smiled and addressed me. When he noticed I'd woken up, I told him good morning. It felt strange. However, it seems we all managed to get through the accident okay. Okay, so at this point they still remembered her. What the... when the hell... What a backstory! I looked around and saw 4 beds in the room, but Dad and I were the only 2 people there. I asked Dad what would happen with school. He said that the two of us would have a long vacation. That was too bad. I did all my homework already. That said that class might be done by the time I returned. A whole day had passed since that night. Apparently I slept the entire time. That also pointed my right eye, saying I shouldn't take that off. Oh. So yeah, so seems like when her powers awakened, her eye actually changed color. Okay. A bandage was covering it. It seems like my eye hadn't healed yet. Doctors asked me all sorts of questions. Mom said I had to be honest with them, so I only told them the truth. Including that I had the power to heal. Oh, you knew about that. Oh, you knew you can heal. Interesting. Okay. I found Mom crying on Dad's bed when I returned. Dad kept controlling her, consulting her that everything would be alright. Noticing me, Mom wiped her tears and welcomed me back. I answered that I had returned. Apparently Mom lost consciousness back then, but she had no serious injuries, since Dad covered her with his body. Mom squeezed my hand as I laid down. Dad and Mom discussed something difficult. Okay. Mom returned home that evening. I spent time watching TV with Dad. It was a program about exploring famous people's houses. Dad muttered he wouldn't be able to afford a new house anymore. I told him that I don't mind. By the time it was dark outside, a group of men in suits came inside along with the doctors. They greeted me and asked how I felt. I began explaining my condition. My eye had already healed for the most part. Except, its color has changed. Okay. It makes sense to me. That told me to take off the bandage in front of the mirror. It was different. Very strange, yeah. It suddenly felt itchy. I rubbed it, then I looked at my reflection again. The white of my eye was a little irritated, but I wasn't imagining what I saw. The color of my eye had faded, or rather, it had changed into something entirely different. Why? I realized the answer right away. The charm. Fly away? The charm I used back then. I hesitated. That wore a troubled expression. The man in suits remained silent. I started explaining how I healed it. I don't remember much anymore, but they told me that I was special, and that there were people like me. Finishing their explanation, the men in suits and the doctors excused themselves. Dad seems to have trouble believing me. He kept touching his body, confirming his wounds healed. "We're in the fire, right?" he asked. "Yes," I answered. "You healed me?" "Yep." "I see. Thanks, Shizuru. She might be better, so she can also heal other people, actually? I mean, yeah, she did something like that. But I think, she said, she only enhanced someone else's healing. She's not, healing herself. In general, she's not having, healing powers. She just enhanced, natural healing that the other's body have, right? Or something. I forgot now, because that was very brief in the Chihaya Road, I think. During that fight in the chapel. He patted my head after thanking me. I would be allowed to leave the hospital in 5 days. My dad would have to stay a bit longer. That helped me study during that time. He always thought he should become a teacher. We spent our time in total peace. I think both of us had trouble accepting reality. I was just glad we're all okay. The thought calmed me down, so I didn't feel anxious. But Mom was different. I was released from the hospital alone. Mom brought me home. It looked messy inside. Mom never put off cleaning before. I tidied up what I could to start. It was time for dinner by the time I finished. Mom stood in the kitchen, but she couldn't turn on the fire. She just kept staring at the pot at the top of the stove. I understand what was happening. She became afraid of fire after that night. Yeah, PTSD is hard on this one. Mao and I end up going to the supermarket to buy vegetables. We warmed up them in the microwave. They popped and sizzled while cooking. My mom turned pale and her hands trembled. From then on, our dinner was cold bread and vegetables. What the hell? I went to school the next day. Boys made fun of my bandage. The next day, they took it off. However, they were disgusted by what they saw. She mentioned that she was bullied over this before. Everyone started treating me like I was carrying some disease. The teacher warned everyone to stop picking on me during home run. I stopped being picked on after that, but nobody approached me anymore. I don't really like to remember that period too much. Dad was released from the hospital. Mom tried to act cheerfully, but her face always looked depressed. Dad started helping with the chores. Mom would get frightened if he tried to grill Sauri. I wanted it, but it didn't seem like I will ever be able to have it again. This is so messed up. Those bleak days continued for a while after that. None of them were fun. What will happen tomorrow? I don't even want to think about it. So, I think I get it now. She wanted her parents to be back as she doesn't know that she can take memories yet. At this point it seems. But when she discovered it, she probably wanted to make them forget about the tragic events, basically about the fire, about the explosion and everything. She just wanted them to forget that day. And by accident, she just erased herself from them. This is crazy. One day, the man in suits I met in the hospital came to our house. Dad finished work early and returned as well. They apparently had something important to discuss. I watched TV in the neighboring room in the meantime. It was boring once the news started playing. Think back, the fire from that night was only in the news for a minute or two, and then it was never brought up again. Yet it was still enough to make me familiar like this. One time a reporter visited our house. He asked all sorts of weird questions. But it only happened once, and no one came after that. The adult seems to be having a difficult discussion. Eventually they called me into the room. An old man addressed me in a gentle voice. Would you like to change schools? Apparently, if I agreed to attend that school, the old man would both provide Dad with the necessary money and find him a better job. It was up to me to make the decision. I thought about it. If our life returned to what it used to be, I wouldn't want to leave. However, I couldn't even do anything about my own eye that I had changed. But now I wanted to change everything, especially myself. Ooh. I told him I'd go. I have chills. What a cool backstory. And we are still not at the part where they forgot. What? Everyone in the new school could do strange things like me. Oh. Oh. That's not even the school in Kazamatsuri, it's something else. So, oh wow. So it's not a school. It's basically like guardian establishment for people with power or something. It's like they transferred her to X-Men school or something, basically. I became friends with a girl who could make plants grow. She knows about Kotori? It must be Kotori. Wait, they were in the same... Wait, hold on a second. Her morning glory bloomed in 3 days. I was jealous. They just made me do all sorts of things as well, like killing hard rats. So, Kotori was... Did Kotori transfer schools to Kazamatsuri as well later? I didn't know that. So Shizuru and Kotori knows each other? Huh. Unless it's some other random girl that could like make plants grow, but I mean, Kotori is like the only person we know that can, so. A week passed in the new school. I returned home for a weekend. A car drove me all the way to my house. I stepped inside and heard arguing voices. It was like Mom was shouting at Dad. I couldn't believe my ears. Dad was usually mild-mannered, but he could get really angry at times. But Mom, I rushed into the room. At that moment, Dad welcomed me back. Mom said I should have contacted them if I was coming back. A gentle smile on her face. Did I hear wrong? Dad showed me something that looked like a notebook. It was my bank book. There were numbers written in it that said it was mine. Okay, they leaved her money. I told him I didn't understand. He said I was already working. He said I was already working and it wasn't natural for me to earn money from that. So the school is like a work basically. You might save enough money to buy a house before me, he added with a chuckle. This is so twisted actually. Could I buy a house if I lived in the new school? Even though the two fought when I wasn't home. We spent Saturday and Sunday normally. I couldn't stop thinking about arguing voices. I'd heard for the entire following week. And so the next weekend, I wanted to confirm it. I shouldn't have done that. What could I even do if I discovered the truth? But I couldn't think that far back then. And so, I learned the truth. And I rushed into the room, shouting for them to stop. That's insane. I'm not sure what kind of truth. What they were talking about. We didn't get to know this actually. What's truth? Like, you mean like this school is not really a school? And like maybe the truth about like... This is like some kind of organization about guardians. That's what she learned about maybe? Like mother and father were like arguing that whenever like they should let her, like the guardians have her basically, or not. Not entirely sure about what kind of truth they argued here, but I think it would be something about Shizuru like earning money out of like the school and like about guardians. I guess like they know about guardians at this point. We didn't get to know when they lost memories though. What happened then? I asked instinctively.
二人とも数年間の記憶を
Yo, you just rushed in, told them to stop and erase their memories out of like just a feel of it. Oh my god. Yeah, she couldn't control it at all. That's an emotional thing.
そんなことができるなんて知らなかった。
Yeah.
だから自分がそうしてるなんてのも気づかない。私はお父さんとお母さ
So
ん、
not just yourself. In general, you erase their memories. Oh my god.
私のこともほとんど全部。さっき小太郎に名前を思い出してもらった。
Yeah?
その時考えてることが一番消しやすい。
It's easiest to erase something you're currently thinking about. So that, yeah, so basically that discussion that they were like arguing about Shizuru, they were thinking about Shizuru and her life and their lives, and like that's why like it affected everything.
ちょっとしたことなら狙っても消せる。お父さんもお母さんも
Yeah.
私のことを考えてたんだ。だから
And so it ended up like this. Is it impossible to fix them? There has to be a way. I mean, I remembered your name right away, right? You gave them enough hints.
度が違う。
I can't deny that. Why did I have to ask such an idiotic question? If she could fix them, she would have done it ages ago. Shizuru begins walking. She's urging me to follow. Hey, you are trying to fix them, right? Oh my god, that gives me chills. This is so sad and amazing CG. Whoa. She have like slight smile and sad eye. Oh my god, I want to cry already. Oh. That's like saddest backstory we had. The sun slowly drifts below the horizon. How is that still common road? We still didn't have the card for Shizuru Road. How is that common road? Night is beginning to swallow the town. Orange gives way to purple, which in turn gives way to deep blue. I was so taken in by Shizuru's story that I forgot all concepts of time. Shizuru looks at me, with the wet sky stretching far behind her, and nods. So she does try to fix them, huh? There's a faint smile on her face. Why are you smiling? Smiling is the last thing I feel like doing right now.
人に話したのは初めてなんだ。それで、小太郎のさっき、
What did I do? Am I stupid or something? I have no idea what she's saying. She looks like she's already given up. But at the same time, it's like she's thinking the problem will eventually sort itself out. It feels like her smile is holding both of those contradictory statements at the same time. All I can do is remain frozen on that cold pavement. What am I supposed to say? I can't think of anything. The shadow at my feet grows longer. Darkness slowly invades the town, devouring the fleeting orange glow. How long has she been trying to restore her parents' memory? I want to ask, what does she want me to do? But an embarrassing middle confession is nothing before this, a complete joke. After being handed an inconvincible forbidden fruit like that, there's only one thing I can think about. I want to help. I want to lend her my strength.
ちょっと遅くなっちゃった。
Show, this is fucking... Oh my god, this is so insane. How is this not, like, still... why we did not have card for Shizuru Road before this? This is literally Shizuru Road at this point. Why it's still considered a common road? I have a feeling like today I'm just going to... Or maybe not today, but like... I'm going to make one huge episode until I get the card for Shizuru Road, so I can actually put this episode on like Shizuru Road playlist. Do not keep it on the, you know, on the common road. I need that Shizuru like card. Yo, like this is like officially Shizuru Road, like. I cannot believe we don't have this yet. I'm not sure if I can call it a little time when the skies are dark. Shizuru has already nodded off with her head against the backseat window.
お疲れみたいね。
I could say it was quite orderly in a sense. I never seen Shizuru talk that much before.
どうだった？
First, just to confirm, you know the whole story, right?
全部かはわからないわよ。
Yes, someone from the facility that Shizuru was transferred to.
さあ。
Okay. Who are you?
あら、私はただの音楽教師。
Oh, okay, now we got your, like, actually a subject. Thank you. You know, that's the first time I've heard that? Yeah. Is she really teaching music?
私も全部かわからないけど、天王寺くんも聞いたのね。
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I know what you're talking about. A tragic past that never would have happened if anyone even went differently. It almost makes me believe in the ridiculous notion of fate. Was Shizuru born with these powers?
そうよ。私たちは薬品を生成する力と思っているわ。
She's able to synthesize special chemicals in her body. Okay. So all of this stuff is related to actually this one ability. So it's not like multiple abilities. So basically she can like make some chemicals to like heal. Other chemicals to like make people forget. So she's like paralyzing nerves maybe. Like, wow.
もちろん、現実に存在する薬品なんかでは説明できないものが多いけど。
So she can heal people and cause weird phenomena like memory thing. It sounds like fantastic power, but in Shizuru's case, I think that the total amount of happiness in this world isn't really a constant. There's nobody to blame, but this type of unpredictable misfortune doesn't happen to everyone equally. Some are affected, while others are left alone. Some people are rewarded for their efforts, and some aren't. Kotaro, I think like it's time for you to also tell Shizuru that you have powers. Maybe they already figured it out, but some people throw themselves into danger, and some naturally pay the price, others lack out and
で
don't.
も、幸福が人それぞれなのと同じで、不幸は人それぞれなのよね。
Is there anyone in this world who wouldn't think of Shizuru as unhappy?
そうね。不幸だわ。しずるちゃんの預金残高聞いたことある？
No, we just learned that she had some. No, not really.
もうすぐ9桁折り返し到達。
What the hell? Excuse me? I start counting my fingers. Did you say 9 figures? 100 million yen? Wait, if it's halfway then... That's still 50 million.
しずるちゃんが協力してることはそれくらいもらえることだ
Yo, and she's eating like very poorly the sauri and stuff because of her memories of her... of a good memories of her house before. And she's saving money for actually a house or something? Is she actually wants to buy a great house for her parents? Or something? Like, you know, her parents will be like informed, hey, like you won the house or something. You can have it, or something like that, you know? What? Why does she live in the poverty
され
then?
てるのよ。今何年分になるかわ
Yeah,
からないけど
she's saving money for the house, probably. For her parents. Oh my god.
家買うんだって。
Yeah. I'm pretty sure he can already buy 1 or 2 with that much. Suddenly dawns on me. Shizuru dad said he wants to buy a house. However, her family is still living in that rental shack. It's not hard to imagine what that want and the memory loss would do to his employment opportunities. Yeah, he lost all the memories, so... Oh wow. So he had to like get a new job without memories and so... Oh wow. So...
しずるちゃん自身はね、そこに両親が生きてるだけ。まだ幸せだ。
Because that's what Shizuru thought as well. She thought like she would be happy if she lived there, with them being on the good terms.
だから、いつかのために。
Yo. But that's not a good reason for her to live in such a difficult life.
戒めじゃないかしら。自分のせいでああなった。だから
Yeah.
今を耐えて。
No wonder she thinks that. That doesn't make sense. It's not her fault in any way. Yeah, that's true, but... I mean, what can you do, right? Like, she's the one that erased her memories. Like, of course she will feel guilty about this. But then, whose fault is
人
it?
間的に善と悪を
Exactly.
決めつけるのはちょっと難しいわね。
Whose fault is it? It's a tragic past that never would have happened if any one event went differently. There are multiple events, with different parties responsible and ultimately led to this result. Was all of it that cause? Was everything that happened evil? If I were to say that, I obviously wouldn't ring true. In the end, the very idea of good and evil doesn't go far beyond sentimental reasoning.
君聞かない方が良かった？
Huh? Why?
やっぱり思い詰めた顔してるわ。
Please watch the road when you're behind the wheel.
あら、
But it's like I'm like that. I'm fine.
そう？でも明日からもこれまでと同じに
Huh?
重すぎるって。
Ah. Well, it's true that you can't really compare my embarrassing middle school secrets to what she told me. But it doesn't change who Shizuru is. Rather, I'm worried that I might have fallen for her even harder.
しずるちゃんは可愛いものね。じゃあ私としずるちゃんだったら？
Wow. Shizuru,
ですよね。
what's up with these weird
だ
questions?
って天王寺くんとってもナイスガイだもの。先生たまにちょっと
Wow.
胸キュンよ。
How old did you say you were?
キュン
Wow. Her face is a mask of sadness. Well, I guess we'll have to curse the fate that brought Shizuru and me together. I'm sorry. I can never tell how serious she is.
ついたわ。
Shizuru is still out cold though. I'm already familiar with her sleeping habits.
じゃあ優しく起こしてあげて。
I'm not confident I will succeed if I'm gentle. My previous experiences have already taught me that it's nearly impossible. Yeah. I move next to her in the backseat. Hey, wake up. Oh, that was... Is that unexpected? What's the matter, Miss Shizuru?
夢を見た。
Oh, what kind?
それはこんな夢。
Rather, I'm fallen that I might worried for... I might have worried... Wait. I'm fallen that I might have worried for her even... That's not what he said. What even is this phrasing?
という
The word order is so messed up that there's no way to tell what it means anymore. Yeah. It's something I said properly in the real world though. Jesus.
しずるちゃんには刺激が強すぎたみたいね。
Ah, it looks like we still have a long road ahead of us. In more ways than one. Anyway, can I ask you to take her
あ
home?
ら、そう？
I was thinking it would be wise to avoid feeding into any incidents, rumors here. Indecent rumors. I doubt indecent rumors, yeah. I doubt Shizuru would enjoy hearing that about herself, but you are convincingly here to solve the problem.
抑えるところは抑えるのね。
You flatter me. I doubt Nene would be courageous enough to say they would be taking a sleeping girl home in front of a teacher. Anyway, that's that.
ええ、
Bye. Also, Shizuru says she never told that to anyone really, right? So I'm very curious if she told this to Lucia or not. If Lucia knows about this. I mean, she probably knows. Right? Otherwise she wouldn't like behave like that. I wonder if like Guardians told Lucia about Shizuru backstory, or maybe Lucia just knows her powers, but she doesn't know Shizuru backstory about her parents. Yeah, it might be that. Lucia may know about Shizuru like overall powers and stuff, but she doesn't know what happened in the past. Maybe. I poke Shizuru's cheek as a gesture of farewell. I will leave her in your hands. Missing Shikuju waves me goodbye and hops in her car. I couldn't say in front of me Shikuju, but I've got a bigger secret too, Shizuru. Yeah. I too possess a power that normal people don't. Superpowers, huh? Something normal people don't have, something no one else can wield. Even if it was something bestowed upon me by someone, I accepted the responsibility surrounding it. It's both gift and a curse. If it didn't provide me with something useful in return, I'd only end up crushed under the curse called responsibility. Who am I? Your neighbor and a beloved side character. I might not carry as heavy of a destiny on my shoulders, but I can relate. A couple with superpowers, huh? For a moment I think that choosing to be somewhat frivolous, never serious idiot might be a good choice after all. I'm starting to let it get to my head. Okay. Oh, no one is on the picture. And the Sunday. And still no card for Shizuru? How is that even possible? Well, skip time. Never mind. Forest. I vaguely remember seeing a clue like that. I guess we do in a sense, but not really. Is that the strange? Oh, this is before, we went to the forest, I guess. So I clicked something different and like it changed, okay. Yeah, she's going to forest, yeah. She's going to be missing. That vixen. But I don't have anything to argue with at the moment. Still, I'm curious. Perhaps my chance to squeeze a very useful lead out of her. And if so, I shall tell you the words that make all people like you spill the beans. Please tell me, I beg you. Wow. I can feel no respect for me draining, but I have no concept of pride. I continue nagging her like a spoiled child. You can't be prized a reporter if you can't sacrifice your pride for a lead. Eventually Inoue gives in. Oh, yeah, that's the one that we found when we've been with the group in the forest before. That's toxic as hell. Actually, I just thought about this. I did not thought about this at all since that happened in my first playthrough. What exactly was that river? We thought back in the day that was chemicals or something. But that was never actually explained what that really is, right? I just realized I still don't know what that is. Huh. Yeah. Pretty grotesque? You think pollution caused that? Domestic drainage or something? Don't synthetic detergents and oil cause that rainbow colored water effect. Okay. It's so bad that you think it can be explained by domestic waste? Yeah, okay. That was also info that we remember, I guess. Are there any special facilities in the forest? Okay. Next day. Also, that was not Shizuru card, right? That was just next day. Wait, I will just cut to check on the recording because that skipped so fast. I don't think that was the card for Shizuru. Yeah, that was just another day, basically. I think we only have card after the events in the forest after we saw a dragon. That's the part where we see a character card, basically, to enter the road, right? I think. So how did it go? Shizuru and Lucy are absent today. And so the conversation actually shifts, discussing our affair. We are totally in love. Yep.
先生同伴でうまくいくものなのね。同伴？西九条先生の車で出ていく二人の目撃情報がちらほら。
Jeez, you like information broker in the school.
早朝に1年女子の後ろでアシュラマンやっている怪しい男子の目撃情報もあったわよ。
I can't believe that actually became a thing.
なんか急に小太郎の話が信用できなくなってきました。
Yeah, you can believe what you want. And it's not like I'm obligated to report everything to you anyway.
なんですそれ。聞いてるんだから答えてくれてもいいじゃないですか。
So to be honest, I could like end episode here and put this in like common road playlist, like in just normal. But I really feel like this backstory for Shizuru, it deserves to be on like Shizuru playlist. And I need like Shizuru card for this. I really need like her card to be in the playlist. Just the beginning, like we can end episode after we get the card, but we need like actually to be officially on the road. There's like, why would they like leave it like outside of the, like why? I know like we learned like similar thing with Chihaya before her road. But like it was just like vague, like, you know, talk about her parents, like while we're like riding on the bicycle. That's not the same magnitude. Anyway, I don't trust people who don't trust me.
で、本当のところは？
We are totally in love.
信頼感の差が。だいたいあなたは隠し事に向かないもの。なんですか。口は硬いですよ。
Sure.
口は硬くてもうっかり漏れるから。うっかり。そっか。それにしてもなぜ西九条先生？
Huh?
前々から気になってたけど、あの人と欠席組の二人はいつから仲がいいのかしら？
No, I kind of doesn't know. Did you try to investigate it?
別に興味ないし。
Okay. Yeah, but you mentioned you had info on all of the teachers in the school.
あるけど、別に不審な点はなかったわ。
Okay, so why you think it's suspicious? What's going on? I figured Miss Witch would have full library of missing Shikuji information by now. Are you really sure about that?
ちゃんと見ればあると思うけど。
Okay. So she doesn't know about Guardians. I mean, yeah, none of them know each other factions at this
ち
point.
なみに、私たちの素性なんかも全部ファイリング？
That's a good question, Kotori. Probably yes. Also, you really know Shizuru, right, Kotori? Right? You were raised in the like Guardians facility for some time, apparently. At least that's what I get. But you were like living later with your like familiar parents after they died. So how long you've been in this facility? Did you escape? Did they got you back? Like, or maybe that was some other random girl that made plants grow. Curious, very curious.
中学の内申から傍目にわかる暮らしぶり程度までは網羅してるわね。じゃあ成績も筒抜け。
I don't think you need to be embarrassed about it.
いや、そうかな。
I'll have to see what my behavior report said. I don't have a clue what might be in them.
なんでそういうのを生徒に見せないかご存知？
Because they might get offended.
見ない方がいいわよ。自分の素行の数値化されたデータなんて。
Okay. I feel like I should be offended already.
まあ、そういうことね。
Huh. Is Akane hiding something? There's no way she could have missed something as big as the facility Shizuru was transferred to. Her background should totally blow Akane's mind. Huh.
じゃあ、私は帰りますかね。
Yeah, seems like very deeply guarded secrets, isn't it, Shikotaro? Already?
私はもうちょっと残っていきます。ありゃ、 そう？クッキーがまだ残ってるからいけません。
Okay.
おいしいですね。
Yep, okay, no more cookies.
小鳥もとりあえず食べてったらどうです？
Guess I'll be off then.
じゃあたまには小太郎さんと帰るよ。
Oh,
そうですか？
okay.
わーい、クッキー食べる量が倍に増えた。
It doesn't sound happy.
さっきから何なんです？あなたの心の声。
Wow. Oh, okay, I see.
そりゃ少しは思ってますけど。いいです。じゃあ帰ります。いいよ。食べたいなら私の分も食べちゃって。じゃあしょうがないですね。
Of course. Your gluttony knows no bounds, seriously.
いいじゃないですか。美味しいんですから。じゃあ行こうか。
I'm right behind you.
じゃあ小太郎の分も。
I tear the bag apart and stuff all the cookies into my mouth. No cookies for you.
なんて意地汚いことするんですか。だから小太郎は嫌いなんです。 喉つまらない？
I think I must choke. I check some tea. I check some tea to get the rest of the cookies down and then leave the club room. What the hell? Kotori and I pass through the school gates together. Alrighty, I'm setting the course straight for home. We begin walking.
小太郎くん、なんでまたよーしとか気合い入れて一歩踏み出すのさ。
It's been a while since we walked home together. I'm a bit tense.
そういえばそうだね。二人で並んで帰るのなんて。
It didn't really bother me in the past. Like when we were still in elementary school. But the older I grew, the more embarrassing it became to walk home with the girl. And now it's difficult just to get her to go with me in the first place. Boys are stupid, there's no way around it.
しずちゃんと一緒が良かった？
I'd love to walk with her every day if that was the possibility.
そっか。本当にラブラブだね。
Indeed.
そっか。
Is there something in your mind, Miss Kotori?
いやね、しずちゃんならいいかなって思うのさ。
Like, Kotori, like, we know that Kotori wants to be with Kotaro, but she feels like she cannot. That's why she refuses that. Should I take Andate's official permission? Like, she thinks like Kotaro is basically her familiar. She doesn't know if like he can like behave normally or he just thinks that he behaves normally and stuff. Poor Kotori. Should I take that as official permission? Kotori hesitates. I'm not as thick as I act. I know Kotori always beats around the bush when the conversation takes that kind of turn. Though it's not like I can't understand where she's coming from. I see a maiden's heart is more complex, the hardest of equations, as usual.
いや、いいと思うんだよ。なんだろうね、これ。
Okay. You think it was too fast?
唐突っちゃ唐突かもね。
Okay. I guess I was being vague too. In short, there's a weird, lingering sense of discomfort that centered around our past. Kotori and I were always together. I must confess to her and got rejected. And these vague, hard to define, directionless feelings have now formed into discomfort I can no longer ignore. I tried to imagine Kotori finding someone else. She laughed and telling me she was going to date them. I'd definitely be left with a lot of mixed feelings. With the way my confession ended up, I think we both believed that this fake relationship would last forever. But it's all finally falling apart. You think I'm taking these things too lightly?
そんなことないよ。ないと思う。
Okay.
いや、性格的な面から見たことじゃなくて、今の小太郎くんが
Okay.
ね。
Huh? What about my personality?
ちょいちゃら？
I don't think I can even deny that.
でもさ、 本当なら私がなんかうじうじしてることの方がおかしいんよね。断ったの私だし。
It's not that simple, I
で
guess.
すよね。
Yeah, it's not that simple. We both fell silent. Anyway, they say that men and women can be friends.
よく言うね。そう。
Let's prove it's complete nonsense.
うん。
That's a good answer.
ってことで分かれ道。
Yeah, you both stop. Bye.
また。
She waves goodbye and does some walking. Let's stop being popular. I wish. In the end, I feel like I'm a cheater. I was rejected, Kotori rejected me, and yet I still feel like apologizing. Sorry. I love Shizuru now, but I truly loved you too, Kotori. Yeah. Okay.
やっぱ夕方の一杯はたまんねえ
We really went fast with this, like, Monday, today. Already night. I mean evening. Okay. And so my serious mood is instantly ruined by the idiot drinking tomato juice in my room. Great. You don't even care what it is as long as it's red?
な。赤は命の色だぜ。野菜も肉も平等にみんな生きているんだぜ。
Okay. If so, then green vegetable juice should just be fine too.
お前緑と赤じゃ全然違うって。
You are mostly green. I thought they were all molded from the same material. It took a little critters less than a second to contradict himself.
さて、落ち着いたところで一仕事するか。
Thanks. What work? Okay, what are you doing? I'm terrified. He's holding a You Can Do It English Conversation for the Beginners book in his hand. Looks like he's studying. Okay, are you like trying to prove me that you can help me with my homework?
おかえりなさいませ。あら、
Okay.
なんだかこ
I'm sitting way too long.
ちょっとたくましく見えますわ。
Ugh. Oh, you really think so?
なんとなくオーラが。
I really should check and remember at which date exactly the dragon in the forest thing is happening. Because that's like indicator on if I am close to actually road or not. Because if like the character card appears only after the dragon thing in the forest, then knowing a date when it happens would help a lot. Because at this point I have no idea. I really hope it's soon. It's going to be a long episode as hell. Okay. You falter me, but I think it's just your imagination.
ちょっと違いますわよ。
You're giving me too much credit, dear.
ご謙遜は。
Oh, I change while doing an impression of a middle-aged housewife. Huh. I boot up my laptop. I opened over secret files and paused to think. Huh.
あら、どうしました。
Nah, as a reporter of all things mysterious and occult, I probably have a duty to write something about Shizuru's facility, but it's probably not a good idea to make it public though. Yep, pretty much.
何についてかしら。
I guess there's no harm telling you guys. Ooh, interesting. This is going to be... I mean, they're kinda neutral, right? They're not associated with Gaia per se. Apparently there's facility that raises people with superpowers somewhere in this country. Yeah, about that! I learned something, see guys? The two instantly freeze. Do you know anything about that?
それは多分危険ですわよ。
Okay. You know something?
多少は俺らの敵みたいなもんだから。
Okay. Oh?
そういう能力者たちの集団には私たちも幾度か遭遇してますのよ。
It sounds like these mysterious life forms and this mysterious organization are somehow connected. Not much of the surprise there, I guess. Is it a dangerous organization?
私たちにはやばいですわね。
For us, yeah, you're familiars. I wonder how they will react when we join Guardians. I mean, join, because I still don't know if we'll be like joining or it's going to be similar case like with Chihaya when we were like just under protection basically. And we didn't really agree to like whatever Gaia was doing, so we weren't really with them per se. But yeah, how Bunny and Gil will react when we join or something. See, maybe I should investigate a little. Huh, a superpower research facility. It actually has quite a bit of history. Parapsychology. There seems to be people seriously investigating this stuff. Further main headquarters in London. Sounds more like ghosts, auras, and other spiritual things, instead of kind of powers I've heard about. But there are mention of Esper's research and other similar topics too.
いや、表立っては活動してないんじゃありませんか。
Huh. I'm starting to get the impression that I might disappear if I stick my nose too deep into this. Yeah. This is dangerous.
危険ですわ。
英語で言うと dangerous。
Is it Spanish though? But I think one of my friends might be somehow connected to it.
英語で言うと oh my god。
Unfortunately, there doesn't seem to be anything that conveniently proves the existence of superpowers to the world. Now that I need proof when I can use them myself, that probably means that the organization Shizuru belongs to somehow concealed the information. Also, oh yeah, in the Chihaya backstory, yeah, Sakuya was ability user, and the girl that had his wife was the summoner. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. But I didn't thought about this actually probably in the Chihaya Road. Sakuya being ability user and his wife was summoner, and they tried to stop the apocalypse. So they were with Guardians then? Like Sakuya and his wife were like from Guardians? That would be kinda weird for Guardians to have the summoner in the ranks, right? Or they were like vagabonds, they were like outside of organizations, like Sakuya and I forgot her name, that's why I call her wife. Yeah, and his wife like left the respective organizations, so Gaia and Guardians, and they were like third party, just like druids basically, like a neutral party, and they tried to stop the apocalypse, like together, basically, just so they can like keep living on this world. You can like tell me in the comments what do you think, or maybe I missed something about that in the Chihaya Road, but I don't think I questioned that, like from which organization they were, actually. Anyway, that probably means that the organization Shizuru belonged to somehow concealed that information. Everyone lives hiding their powers just like me. As a result, they never become known to the public. What if the country is actually putting these powers to military use? It's like how no one knew about the development of the nuclear weapons during World War II. People from that time period probably wouldn't have believed in the existence of bomb as powerful as that, regardless of any rumors. Yeah. Similarly, the whole superpowers thing might sound a bit ridiculous, but it might actually be a real threat behind the scenes. It's probably the true face of the world we live in. I wonder what would happen if an average person like me Start telling people about it.
多分妄想癖の人として扱われるんじゃないかしら。
Also, there's possible that I may actually cut my previous recording session with this one and include a little bit of today's session in previous episodes. So this episode is a bit shorter and easier for me to upload, but it still will contain the backstory for Shizuru. Maybe? I think I have like 20 minutes before the Shizuru thing happened with the backstory. I will see in the editing later. Yeah, they will figure delusional through. I see. Society is structured in such a way that no one would believe the truths that the power that be wanted to conceal. That's a pretty clever barrier. Definitely hard to get past. Well then, how should I, the ball of curiosity that I am, act in this situation? Well, it's definitely not something the ORS should publish, that's for sure. I don't want to cause trouble for Shizuru. As such, this isn't part of the club anymore. It's my own individual investigation. Okay. I turned the laptop off. I think I will go check a few things after all. Maybe this is causing trouble, but something that's sitting well with me. I kinda died at the library. I might discover something about Miss Nishikujo if I take a look.
行くんですの？
Ooh, I am.
英語で言うと
We are going to spy inside the Akane's computer? We're going to check her browsing history? Curious. What the hell are you doing over there?
って言ったろ。
なんでもこないだから小太郎さんの役に立ってないのが悔しいって。
Oh. That's surprisingly admirable for the little critter.
バカ言ったら格好悪いだろ。
No, I can literally see what you're doing from here.
任せとけ。今度の課題はこの俺様が
Of
バッ
course.
チリ解いてやる。
How long do you think it will take?
今やってるのがこれ。
Do you have a pen?
Yes, I do.
Elementary school level. I think I will have graduated by the time you reach high school level. Right. I can probably use the little critter for information gathering and scouting. You want to be useful?
何それ今の俺でもできる？できれば簡単で見返りの大きい仕事がいい。クリエイティブで定時に帰れるとなおいい。
Of course. He sounds like a clueless high school student before having his hopes crushed by reality. It might be not be too creative, but you are the only one that can do it.
そこまで頼られちゃしょうがねえな。
じゃあ私も行きますわ。
Seriously?
小太郎さんが危険な目に遭いそうなのに家でのほほんとはしてられませんわ。
Thanks, you are definitely more trustworthy than the other one. That's true, that I'm probably crossing into dangerous territory here. But if someone finds out I'm looking into government secret, on the other hand though, there's no way information as dangerous as that could be stored in the simple high school. Even if we were infiltrated by those people, they wouldn't have left tracks that a single high school student could follow. And all I'd probably find in Akana papers would be countless and entries marked as information classified. It might get me in trouble, but I doubt they will kill me just for suspecting something. I can already leak the existence of the database to me herself anyway. Okay, the plan is to stay unnoticed.
そうですわ。
And so, we depart to a quest to infiltrate the witch library. And all I have to do, if she catches me, is to convince that I was just curious about my middle school behavior report. This is awfully dangerous. And that's unexpected that we have some sequence like that. Okay then. I decide to enter using a straightforward frontal assault. I forgot something in the club room. I can do my homework without it. Yeah, of course. I tricked the security guard with my serious student act and made it inside without breaking a sweat. Smart idea. Well then, Akana most likely poses the biggest threat here. There's a high possibility that she literally lives in the club room. Well, that's pretty much confirmed at this point. Yeah, I don't need to worry about being quick. The security personnel are probably the last at least vaguely aware of Akana's existence. So all I have to say is that we ended up talking for a while in the club room. I'm impressed by how calm I'm feeling. Well, whatever. Then I probably should have investigated Akana's usual behavior at night before doing this. There's no cooking utensils in the club room, which means she must leave to secure her nighty meals. That would have been the best time to invade. Outside of that, the only other opening I can think of is when she goes on the bathroom breaks. Also, you've been in midnight in school several times already, and first time when you met Akana it was actually midnight, like she's been literally playing games on her PC. Or doing something else because she had the goddamn cape with the hoodie. So maybe some like Gaia shenanigans back then. Funny, I've got something to ask you. I turned on my phone and enlarged the picture that the ORS's members all took together. Can you check if this person is inside the room over there from the outside window? Pani whisks outside through the corridor window. I'll wait here. Remain on standby for now. I've got a huge job for you later, so your main mission for now is to hide here and conserve energy. Yeah, sneaking mission indeed. We both hide by the stairs. Pani returns after a minute or two. Yeah, okay. I knew it. Oh, that's bad. Why? Oh, she had conversation. With who? I flee to the upper floor. Also... Did it? Yeah, we did learn that here, right? Wait, Kotaro, why? How can you be that dumb? Like, if we have Gil and Pani here, that means that we had this like situation when we like searching at night and we got into the other dimension, right? Like, back then, Akana literally showed you that she have cameras everywhere. She can observe everything in the school, basically. She showed the footage of you walking around. Like, she can clearly see you since the beginning when you entered here, probably. Unless she didn't check the cameras today, but... like, she can literally see you. Footsteps reverberate across the walls of the corridor below. That's not really something you could normally hear during the day, but... the school at night is as silent as the grave. Sneaking mission. Shh, don't talk. That little creature simply refused to be useful no matter their circumstances. The footsteps pass by the stairs and continue beyond them, growing more distance with every step. Did she leave? Okay, Pani, follow her for now. Make sure to warn us if she starts heading back. Oh crap, we don't have a way to contact each other. Oh, okay. Really? Okay, then Gil stays with me. Let's move out. Pani whisks away. We've got to find a way to get into the room. Thanks. I've been curious for a while now, but how exactly do you guys fly? Of course. Easy. In other words, it's a mysterious, inexplicable power. Well, I didn't expect the dance to go that well. Gil made it into the room through the ventilation duct and unlocked the doors from the inside. Yeah, you definitely were this time. What the fuck did you break? He's pointing at the destroyed remains of the wire netting that used to cover the ventilation duct. I hide behind the shelf to conceal the evidence. Now I have to find the records. I bet she's keeping them here. No one ever brings it up. But there's actually another door at the end of this room. Yeah, we never been there. This club room probably used to be some sort of special classroom with its own prep room. Now, how do I get around this door? I could just break the lock. But given just how many times I've already done something like that, I bet I will be the first person I cannot suspect. I have to find a less traceable way to get in. A key. I start searching all over the club room. There's nothing on the desk. Akane PC catches my attention. She never turns it off. I open the Explorer window and take a look at her hard drives. It's all video games. Okay. I was hoping to find some digital documents, but there doesn't seem to be anything of that sort in this machine. Next, I try checking everything on her desk. I find game guide and a handheld console. Yeah, she's stereotypical shut-in. Incidentally, the game in the console is one of the highest rated releases from the Iliad this year. From Iliad this year, yeah. I want to get through that door. Eh? That's not very secure. That was open all the time and you just... Are you fucking serious? You did not even check if that was closed? Oh my god, I'm doubting Kotaro, like, intelligence sometimes. Well, a little better for me. I peek inside. Whoa, this is... It's all video games and strategy guides. Oh my god. It's a storage. I bet she simply forgot to lock it after grabbing that guide on the desk. I've never been this disappointed in my life. He picks up the box for some gritty western game off one of the shelves. Wait, all this just might be camouflage. I decide to investigate the shelves at the back. Ah, I find the blue files that look obviously out of place. What's this? I check inside. The list of 2000s enrollers. I found it. This is definitely the student file I mentioned. It contains a bunch of the resumes containing things like work history and familiar ties. It's just normal personal information though. I can't find anything unusual. Oh, that's mine. It would save me a lot of trouble in future jobs interviews if I just copied this whole thing. Huh. My eyes wander to the remarks column. There's something written that other students don't have. There is suspicion of the person in question possessing physical abilities under classification A during May-October of the year. Interesting. Classification A. Physical abilities. She knows. She knows, or at least I suspect. May to October. What happened back then? Which event could be? I mean, we got attacked a lot during the months, but wonder when they like actually figured it out. I remember that. There was time when one of my classmates made fun of me during the sport test. Oh, okay. So that's something we haven't seen. He possessed incredible physical aptitude, and many thought he would become a famous sportsman in the future. Knowing that himself, he eventually started poking fun at others. He looked down on those who couldn't do sports in particular, and so I boosted my physical abilities to get back at him. That's why I was like wondering why we had like few powers ups already, like one I think, or two, in the beginning of the game. So that's how he used them. At that moment my speed became equivalent to that of a high school student. An elementary school kid with high school aptitude for sports. I can imagine what kind of uproar that would cause. I had my chance to stand out. And to get back at the guy, everyone gazed at me with admiration and envy, like a hero. Of course it didn't end there. The teachers got all excited and the whole bunch of sport-affiliated people visited me at school. Realizing I was walking a thin line, I tried keeping my speed at the elementary school levels. It was difficult. At times I ended up outperforming everyone, other times I became unnaturally slow. I set a new record at the high jump, but couldn't even make 2 meters at the long jump. Everyone suspected I wasn't taking it seriously. They continued testing me for a while. I was beyond relieved once they finally started treating me like a normal elementary kid again. Since then, I decided to never abuse my powers again. Doesn't mark pinpoints the entire time period. Yeah, okay. I see. Those vapor might actually be dangerous. But what does classification A means? Yeah. Answer? I've got no clue. Perhaps there's someone else under similar suspicions? I flip through pages, checking only the remark columns. Most of them are completely empty. Oh. History of the injury. Classified as E. Now it's E? Who is this? I checked their name. Shizuru? Yoshino, of all people. Wait, what? History of the injury classified as E. Interesting. Does he actually have a dangerous past? E. That doesn't make sense for me. Yeah, like, is this like in order of like importance? Like A is like the highest and Z is like the lowest, or it's other way around? I think it's like the grades, probably, or something. I think it's like grades. We don't have these grades in my country like that, but like A is the highest, I think, F is like the lowest, and E is like above F or something, like a little bit. Yeah, like A, B, C, D, E, F. Yeah, I think that's the grading. Sorry. Perhaps there's nothing more than just following B, C, and D. Does that mean that A is the most dangerous? I'll look for more. Oh. We got another class. Has suspicion of being hospitalized under classification N. Okay, never mind, there's more than just 2F. That skipped way too many letters. These don't look like ranks at all, I guess. I'm just wasting my time trying to figure this out myself. Maybe they have that explanation somewhere. I check around, but I can't find anything of that nature. In other words, these records are aimed at people who already know what's going on. Right, what about Shizuru? She of all people would no doubt have a lot of weird remarks about her past. A year before me. Here she is. There's nothing? Yeah. Remarks column is blank, they can't find anything. About Guardian members, I guess. They're just hiding it too well. Just empty space. Perhaps she has a history that not even press black magic can penetrate. Huh. I check out the stuff on her record. Did she say she attended elementary school close by her home? Her history says she attended some sort of faraway school outside of the prefecture. Yeah, like they changed her history. Yeah. That record is falsified beyond a shadow of doubt. This looks like a pretty official investigation report. In other words, whoever is backing her has enough power to mess with stuff, with this kind of stuff, yeah. Well, I hope I'm not just some hothead falling for the girl like her without thinking it over. God damn it. You know, I'm surprised you didn't make a drug joke. You are pretty innocent, huh? But a round vessel used for purposes such as cooking food. Kira's living proof that empty vessels make the most noise. Unfortunately, I already know the character that tries too hard to become an outlaw. I should check Miss Nishikuji too. I began looking for her files again. Here it is. The teacher file, I flip through pages. Oh. Pause on the entry for our vice principal. He belonged to anti-governmental organization as a student and was sentenced to prison? Jesus, the principal is savage. Whoa, our vice principal probably isn't someone to mess with. This is suspicious. I feel like some of the record is missing. He comes from the rich family. I bet I managed to erase some of his less favorable history. And that's what we're digging up right now. This could be a scoop for a different genre than what the ORS normally doubles in. Wait, I can't find Miss Nishikuji at all. Ooh. Maybe they have new teachers in a different file? Here pulls a cardboard box at the top of the shelf. Oh, maybe that's there then. He pulls out with a lot of strength, but the box doesn't bulge. Let me see, I'll help you. I find chair to step on and reach out to the box. This is heavy. I tilted diagonally and began lowering it little by little. My hand slips, but I managed to support the box before it comes crashing down on the floor. Okay, good. This is heavy. Oh, okay. Seriously? Oh shit, help me get it back on the shelf. I'm using all my strength just to hold it in place. I need your measly power to make a difference. I will count on 3 and we then push. Let's go. 1, 2. What the fuck? God damn it. Everything falls. Don't fart at time like this. This one was funny. I bet this was one of the best gags you've made in your entire life. Well, you've got no choice. Hide the paper somewhere while I return the box's spot at least. Gil pushes the files under the table while I have the box up. It's a bit lighter now, let's go. 1, 2... What the fuck? You're doing this on purpose, I swear. What the fuck, Gil? Yeah, hi. Yeah, I end up getting discovered. Meanwhile, Gil had been buried on the mountain of files. No, safe. Options! Night Priest. Investigation school report. I mean, we can just be open on this, I guess. And say that it's investigation. I mean, we were interested in our, like, reports and stuff before, so... Or the... Okay, which one is, like, actually about... Like, you know, to be honest. School report? I think school report, right? Not investigation. Because we're not... Investigation's like ORS thing. So I think we would just say school report that we would like to see our, like, files and stuff. I would just say this, probably. I couldn't get the... that thing we discussed out of my mind. Yeah. You read my mind. What? Oh. And that I thought the stuff in the vice principal file was already pretty bad. You're telling me this place is just the tip of the iceberg? There's a file about the vice principal messed up past or whatnot. I can uncertainly pulls out the file. Okay. Really? Huh. Did I hear that Japan... I did hear that Japan was pretty messed up a while ago.
暴力の肯定はしない。でも、社会の変革を若者が求めるのは、むしろ健全な活動だわ。大切なのは、そうした活動を起こす活気ある若者が大人として社会に出ることなのだわ。大事よ。思想を持つっていうことは。
So, showing your will is good, but not the violence part?
繰り返すけど、暴力行為は肯定しない。何も考えず、何も起こさずに日々を生きていく人間には。
You're starting to sound pretty deep. It almost sounds like she witnessed it firsthand.
まあね、暇だし。というわけで、身内なら閲覧自由。ゆすりの種なら、私ならもっと致命的なものを探るわね。
Wow. What about you? What are you hiding, Press? Or is it really that?
ええ、あれよ。当然でしょ。今さらおかしいわね。
What the hell? I'm being laughed at. I can advance the file to the shelf. She finally noticed the mountain of files at her feet. Oh. Her grab Gil is slipping under there.
これ、 片付けてもらえる？
Oh yeah, right away. I can covertly pick something up. Covertly pick something up. Oh, something she didn't want us to see. Oh crap, Gil being captured. Oh! Oh! Oh, she actually grabs Gil. Oh, that's bad. So she just doesn't want us to like see Gil. She's like didn't make connection yet, I think.
ところで、私のぬいぐるみは見なかっ
My stuffed animal? Excuse me? A stuffed animal? So she's like, I guess like she's like making up like Gil is stuffed animals. So she's like checking on us like, have you seen like any like weird thing lying around, you know?
た。ええ、UFO キャッチャーに入ってるより一回り大きいサイズの。
Now I can say that I have. I can return to her usual seat at her desk and stuff something in her drawer. Yeah, okay, Gil got captured. This is bad. Oh crap. He's been incarcerated.
で、内申書でも見に来たんだったかしら。
Nah, I think I'm good at this point.
懸命ね。
Alright, it's not a big deal. Can I see Miss Nishiko's file? If it's not a big deal? Might as well be more direct, if she doesn't care.
いいけど、あの人のなんか、
That's fine. You know what they say. If you know your enemy, you know yourself. You need not fear the results of the 100 battles.
まあいいわ。
I stand up and walk back to the file shelf. Gil slowly creeps out of the drawer. He closes it. Huh. You don't try to escape, huh? What's happening? He gives me a so long sign and flees through the air vent. Oh, he actually... He closes it. I thought like he... Wait, what? Oh, creeps out of the drawer and he closed it. Okay. Okay, I see. Okay, never mind. So he escaped. I can totally see that.
今、天井の方で物音がしなかった？
What?
通気口。
Don't tell me you've got rats here.
天王寺小太郎、確認なさい。
Me?
不法侵入の咎人でしょ。
Damn. Oh, scary.
黙りなさい。
Besides, this area belongs to the school, not her. In any case, Gil's already gone, so I might as well put up a show of checking it. There's nothing there.
何かしら。
I should probably try to divert her attention. Alright, can I ask something? It's about the student files. What does these N or E labels mean?
ああ、あれはお遊びみたいなものよ。
Okay. Oh.
M はノーマル。特に突起すべきではないが、一応特別な実行。
Okay.
入院した人
Sure.
は E は
Keep your secrets.
問題児。
Problematic student. Okay, fine. It's for, like, Yoshino. Emergency?
そんなもんね。
Akira runs her hand along the shelves as she talks. Then what about A?
A はあなた特殊事項。
Okay.
なんだかんだで自分のファイル見てるんじゃん。
Ah.
それあなただけだから。
Huh. Okay. Okay, good that we went like actually open with this because anything else would be like way too suspicious probably. Like we're talking about these files and we wanted to check them, so like that's normal for us to like wanting to check them, I guess, being curious. So yeah, I felt like it's the best option here. I leave the club room after checking Miss Nishiko's file. There was nothing suspicious in it. It was most likely falsified as well. More importantly though, I wonder if they find out about my powers. I don't know how to feel. Yeah.
いいのですか？
Ooh, Akane perspective. This is after we left, or this is discussion before she left the room? Where is it in the timeline?
そうね。デタラメばかりを教えたのはちょっとまずかったかしら。
そうではなく。
Who's that?
冗談。面白いのよ。
は？
からかうの。
Ooh, wow, she sounds so evil here.
お遊びが過ぎませんように。
Oh my
目
god.
を開けてちょうだい。で、ちょっと頼みがあるんだけど、
はい。
この人洗い直して
Look at this person over again.
徹底的に。おかしなほころびがあれば必ず最後まで。
Okay. Which person?
わかり
Who?
ました。
あと、天王寺小太郎の周りにハエが飛んでるわ。
Okay. Okay.
そちらも気をつけましょう。
そう、
Yep.
そんな感じ。
では。
いろいろとめんどくさいわね。
Okay. Okay. Wednesday, then. And no thing on the next day. Oh, we can skip actually. I get that I don't know what purchased me during the lunch break. I guess.
君だよね。
Yeah, these are the people that are like worried about Inoue missing, I think. Okay, that's a lot of skip. Are we getting Forest? Oh, we're getting Forest actually! And Aurora, okay. Okay. Key shows up and Shizuru is surprised, of course. Because they need the key. Or they want to destroy the key. Shizuru hands blocks my path. Right, something about being a comprehension terrifies me. I raise my right arm. Yeah, and she... okay. So Shizuru is like, nope. That's beyond your capabilities. It looks like she barely pressed it against me, but I can't move at all. My blade loses color and shifts to crimson before shuddering in the wind. It remains smell faintly like blood. Yeah. That terrifying presence wanes, leaving behind nothing but darkness. I'm thankful to feel the lukewarm air of the night that no longer contains any aberrations. The extreme tension slowly eases up. Okay. Shizuru, you... What was that earlier? There was no way a normal person could move like that. Yep. Shizuru looks like charge that ended up blurting out a secret. Yeah, I mean, I also have powers. Rosa has a complicated expression on her face too.
狩猟者だったのね。お前た
A kind of voice reverberates across the forest. Prez? Jesus, I freeze. Okay, so I wonder if now when I see Akane with like these like red eyes behind, we had these red eyes, like probably these are the dogs, at the end of the Kotori road. Like when she said, "Yeah, I was a summoner of the forest. Like, let me go. I will like want to help Kotaro and stuff." Was that Akane that tried to stop Kotori back then? That was never actually explained, but I assume it was Akane then. I freeze. A bunch of red orbs are lined up behind Akane's back. The eyes of the black dogs.
だったのか。
Shizuru whispers the words almost inaudibly. It takes a while for them to sink in. Our enemies. What the hell is going on? The black dogs don't seem to show any animosity towards Akane. They're just growling at us instead. The witch? Akane truly looks like a witch with a demon army behind her back now. My vision glows blurry. I'm tired, and on top of that, I've lost a lot of blood. Not to mention that I kept using a power I don't understand. I close my eyes tightly, doing my best to retain my consciousness. I wonder if he's going to get good with his powers in this road. Because in Sakuya Road, he's been extremely good with his powers. Because we had a great teacher who could basically enhance himself too. I can't collapse just yet.
引くわよ。
With that, Akane disappears in the darkness.
大鳥さん、あなたは。
私は
The black dogs are showing no animosity towards Chihaya either. Oh, and she pulls up the knives. Okay. This is the first time we see actually Shizuru like school outfit, like with the knives and stuff. Last time we saw it was only with the guardian attire, I guess. Shizuru faces them, rattling her knife.
そういうことだったんですね。
With that, Chihaya follows Akane. Hey, wait. I tried to chase her, but I stumble. Oh. I'm at my limit. This is bad. A bunch of dogs are surrounding us. This isn't the time. The last thing I see, in my fading consciousness, is Shizuru jumping at the army dogs. And she probably beaten them all. Okay. Oh? You woke up? Huh? I've regained consciousness back in town. While being carried on a small back. Shizuru's back. Yeah, she's strong.
黙ってたかった。
仕方ないだろう。
I can hear their conversation in the distance. My consciousness begins fading again. Oh. It was the other way around. I'm being carried on a hero's back right now. Shizuru showed no fear, even in front of the dragon. And she even jumped into an army of dogs. And now she's carrying me to safety, alive and well. Unlike the half-hatred poser like myself, hers is the back of the true warrior. Is it? So this is the left path. Shizuru, there it is. We are officially on Shizuru Road. Officially new playlist. That's a long episode, or 2 episodes, or something. I don't know what I will do. Oh, we wake up in our room actually. I guess they just put us here. Anyway, yeah, that's it for this episode, or 2 episodes, or 3, or how many episodes I made. I have no idea what I will do with this on the previous recording session. Like, I don't know. It might be 2-hour episode, 1-hour episode, 3-hour episode. I have no idea. But yeah, anyway, this episode marks the beginning of Shizuru Road. And I will see you in the next one. Yeah, I'm very curious about Guardians. Thank you for watching. I will see you next one. So yeah, click that like button if you liked the episode, subscribe for more, check my Discord and become a member if you would like to support me and see episodes earlier. Thank you once again, and for a Pocket Watch is going out.